Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas Survival Mode with the JSawyer Mod. Last time, we got here to Freeside, this new, more open Freeside full of squatters and drunks and pickpockets, and generally a much, much nicer, more interesting place. There's a drunk right there, outside of a bar, getting drunk appropriately enough for the fact that we only know one thing about her, and that is that she is a drunk. And today actually, I've got a bit of work I want to do with Cass. Cass, I didn't actually... You're supposed to be... No, Cass has just decided she's standing over there today. Well, you know what? That's actually fine, because we're going to get to the mod I've installed today very, very quickly. It's a very small one, and one that was flagged to me in the comments, and one that I quite like, because... if there's one thing I'm not desperate... well, you know, I don't mind it. I think it's... I understand why it has to be sometimes. It makes kind of sense. But I think it's a shame that in Fallout New Vegas there are sometimes mutually exclusive quests. Like Cass versus Birds of a Feather. So I've installed the Save Cass mod. So that we don't actually have to pick between one or the other. You can actually complete Birds of a Feather and Heartache by the number. Which is very, very welcome indeed. Now, first things first. Cass, you just wait here for a sec.
Sitting tight.
And we are going to have a new dialogue option with the good man right here.
Hey, how's it going? You find that bitch yet or not?
And indeed, lie, she's dead, as long as you've got speech, I believe 30? I think like in the original version of this mod, it recalled for like speech 70, but they lowered it to 30 in a subsequent version. But in either case, I can pass that, so she is indeed dead.
Guess I don't have to worry about talking with her then. About fucking time. Any longer, I was gonna track you both down. Anyway. Glory's been antsy lately because that big deal she's been working on is finally going down.
So there we are, we've now indeed got the money, we can proceed with the quest, and I can do the final part of the quest, taking out the Legion with the help of the NCR, which is good, gets me a pile of money, gets me NCR fame, gets me Freeside fame, and more importantly, if the drops are the same, there was something very, very important indeed that I got out of those Legion drops. So, here we are back at the abandoned warehouse. Had noticed the little Christmas lights up there. That's cute. And of course, in just a second, the NCR smoke grenades come in. 3 of these guys drop to the floor immediately. And the others decide to run straight on down there. Now, the thing that I'm particularly after, of course, is on these corpses, yes, hunting shotguns. Now, hunting shotguns are very, very good. I should have brought less stuff with me. Oh, it's not that I brought... hang on. Can I just... there we are. I'm just going to dump this Van Graff combat armor on this guy. There we are. It's because they give you Van Graff combat armor, and it's automatically equipped because everyone's dressed the same. That's fine. We don't actually need that. I will just be taking this here hunting shotgun. And put on the other armor, of course. Probably don't be naked in the middle of a fight. That's better. Follow the NCR in, of course. No need to be a big damn hero. Oh, yes, those critical strikes, those do the job very, very nicely. So, already we're starting to wear them down a bit. Make sure we get all the corpses. Because these hunting shotguns are in poor condition, but fix them up. We'll get it into good condition pretty damn quick. Then just follow the sound of gunfire. Help out the NCR, of course. You're much tougher than they are because of all the critical strikes you get. More Caesar's in for me. You know what? Caesar's probably as annoyed with me as he's ever going to get. It's fine. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a 4th corpse in here somewhere that I think the NCR killed without my assistance. So I'm going to go and find that quickly, because I'm sure there was 3 at the front and then 4 ran into the ruins here. Yep, there we are. It was a goo pile. In fact, this one must have been killed by one of the Van Graff lads. Pretty good quality hunting shotgun as well. So all 4 of them together, DPS 129, 9 times 7 versus 5.7 times 7 or 86 damage. This thing does weigh a fair bit more, but it also cannot be denied that yes, indeed, this thing is much, much better. The hunting shotgun is clearly vastly the superior weapon. So I would say, I mean, still, interestingly, 9 times 14. The big boomer can still do more damage with that initial strike if you go up against the right enemy, because 9 times 14 versus 9 times 7. So yeah, the big boomer is still the most ridiculously powerful shotgun in the game. But the hunting shotgun has, you know, it does need to reload every time. It's just slightly the superior weapon. Plus, the hunting shotgun has a couple of mods we haven't even installed yet. So that's very, very welcome. So you know what? We'll probably be selling our lever action shotgun, and it's time to move over to the hunting shotgun. Let's just install that right there. There we are. Nice and set up on my hotkeys. Oh no, there was way more than I was expecting. This is better and better. Apparently there was like 6 right here. Oh, this is magnificent. Do you have one? No, he must have grabbed that one off his friend. Yeah, these ones are literally 0 condition. Doesn't matter. Still makes my shotgun much... Oh, look at that. Oh, that's getting sexy now. 12.5 times 7. Beautiful. Now, one thing I've always wanted to test, actually. These lads here are technically just unconscious. Does anyone mind if I just blow their heads off? Critical strike. Anyone object? No. And do these guys have weapons? He's got a riot shotgun. That's even better! Oh my god, this was the best idea ever. I know these are technically tied up prisoners of war, but like, he's not even dead yet. Now he's dead. How about this one? You gonna go down in one hit? Oh, this feels like I'm breaking some form of, you know, rule of war here. But never mind. I just really don't like the Legion, okay? Damn it, no riot shotgun. But what about this one? Darn it. Well, I picked up a riot shotgun. Nice. Okay, so the riot shotgun, which I wasn't expecting to have this earlier. I literally just did this for the hunting shotgun. So 12.5 times 7. The riot shotgun, meanwhile, is 9.2 times 7. But as you can see there, holds 12. 12 in a clip rather than 5. Given the reload speed of shotguns, which is not desperately that spectacular, yeah, the riot shotgun's got the edge there. Though I will need to repair that a little bit yet. So maybe I'll just keep that on one side. I'll use the hunting shotgun for now. But as soon as I next get some weapon repair kits or whatever, I'll move over to the riot shotgun. Is it worth doing it now? It is actually lighter. That's the thing. It is lighter. I'll have a think about it. In the meantime, let's speak to Gloria. So, level 16. And of course, we're going to do what I've been promising we've been going to do for quite a long time, in fact. Which is, I've just dropped a save, and obviously we've got an auto-save back there. So, that means we can do something very special indeed right now. So let's get guns up a little bit, but also let's start moving energy weapons north, because sooner or later by the end of the game you really want to transition into energy weapons. Energy weapons are very, very useful. And now, just for a moment, this isn't going to stand by the way, we'll fix this, I'm going to take the perk Cannibal. Now the reason for that is, you may recall a long time ago I mentioned that we were going to show off something that you can do with the Cannibal perk special dialogue back over in Sloan. And indeed, not only can I now show that off, I can show off something else as well, because you may recall I picked up a Deathclaw egg from clearing out all of those Deathclaws over by the Gypsum Rail Yard. So let's head over to Sloan and actually do both of those things right now. So here's Jazz Wilkins here, who we have never spoken to before.
Let me ask you a question. What's the tastiest thing you've ever eaten?
And with Cannibal, you can tell her people have a rather unique taste I've discovered. It's just an option that you can say to Jazz Wilkins right there.
Oh, well, no accounting for taste, I guess. Anyway, I've got this recipe for a Deathclaw omelet that I've been itching to try out. Trouble is, I need a Deathclaw egg. Kind of obvious, I suppose.
And of course, conveniently, I actually do have a Deathclaw egg.
I can't believe you actually got one. Give me a bit to get the recipe set up, then talk to me again.
So fade to black, and then...
This is incredibly good. Here's your omelet, and the recipe if you ever want to make your own. It takes a bit of skill to get it tasting right.
So there you are, a new note, Rosa's Wasteland Omelette recipe, and indeed one Wasteland Omelette. So indeed there is just a mysterious cannibal option with Jazz Wilkins, and she claims no accounting for taste, but yep, there's definitely some strange meat pies in her kitchen. I think she doth protest too much. This woman has definitely been preparing human meat, though perhaps she didn't know it was human meat. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt, and then in return for giving her that egg, which of course we could have done anyway, we didn't need the cannibal thing to do that, we actually get ourselves one Wasteland Omelette, an actually really, really bloody good item. So weighs 1, food minus 303, hit points plus 8, for 1 minute. That's actually really, really impressive regeneration. So this is actually a bloody good item. And of course you can make your own, though it's a little bit difficult to do. You're going to be needing a Blamco mac and cheese, so, you know, just a pre-war item you need to find sitting around, a crunchy mute fruit, Deathclaw egg, and lake lurk meat. So that stuff is not the easiest thing to put together, and indeed you also need survival of 65. So you're not exactly going to have this item very often, to be honest, but if you can make it, it is a bloody impressive item. Anyway, back to the original save file, and here we are, level 16 once again. I can remember what I did. Did I put that up to 85? Then energy weapons up to 19. Yes, that's exactly the same way. Marvellous. Now, let's take an actual perk I actually want. And this seems like as good a time as any to take the second rank of toughness. Obviously, yeah, prioritising getting your damage threshold up as high as possible. Always sensible in this mode. As for the shotgun question, I've made my decision. You know what? We'll end up going over to Riot Shotgun sooner or later. And shotgun now, the real power lies in the knockdown. And yes, this thing, together with it's actually got a really good reload, by the way. There you go. That's the reload. It's that bit at the end wasn't part of the standard reload. That's just because the condition's not spectacular. But that there, with that reload and 12 pellets in a circle, or however shotguns work, yeah, this thing is very, very good at keeping enemies knocked down on the ground. So I'm going to sell the other two weapons because, of course, they are very, very valuable.
My favorite employee returns. What can I do for you?
Oh, we've even got a little bit of custom dialogue from her as we finished her quest up. That's lovely. Of course, the other advantage of these guys being alive and on side is they'll give you some better prices. So, you know, these prices aren't so bad at all. They're not perfect, but they're better than they would be. And of course, these guys do have some very good special weapons. The unique variant of the Flamer, Cleansing Flame, which is very, very cool indeed. It is like, I think it's like twice as powerful as the normal one. It's very, very good indeed. Tri-beam laser rifles if you want to go that way, because that's a hell of a powerful shotgun too. Not as powerful, to be honest. And now I've got the Riot Shotgun, you can see like it doesn't really stack up that favourably. But it does have the advantage that it can fire for a lot longer without needing to reload, which is good. The Smitty Special is not spectacular. Honestly, the unique variant of the Gatling laser is actually kind of terrible. You're better off with a standard Gatling laser plus all the mods, so don't bother with that. But tragically, she's barely got any money on her right now. That's unfortunate. You got anything I actually want to buy by any chance? I'll take very slightly less than I would have been able to off the lever action shotgun. I'll keep the hunting shotgun, sell that elsewhere. So, now let's pick up Cass again. Sorry to leave you standing out here in the middle of Freeside next to a prostitute for this long, Cass. Good, she's willing to move on this occasion. Marvellous. Now, we've got a small problem with Cass, which is in order to activate Heartache by the number, I need to speak to her. And basically, she'll just come up to you and speak to you and say, hey, can we check out the side of the caravan, something, something, something. But yeah, small issue on this occasion, which is unfortunately, because I'm low karma, every time I speak to her, that line gets overwritten by her saying, hey, you're such an asshole. She does that 3 times, she won't work with me anymore. So I've basically got to get my karma up as a priority very, very soon indeed. And I've got a plan for that, because there's really only one reliable way you can actually become morally good in this game, and that, interestingly, is murdering drug addicts. So let's go do that, shall we? Before we go any further, we're also conveniently close to the gun runners. I'm going to go and see if they've actually got any mods for this here Riot Shotgun, which will be very, very useful indeed. Although first, apparently there's trouble going on over there. Hello. Nope, seems to be fine. Hopefully that was indeed just some random raider or fiend, and not, in fact, yes, the Legion hunting me. Good, good, good. Yeah, if these guys aren't selling Riot Shotguns, there's a good chance maybe they won't sell Riot Shotgun parts either. But we'll see. And again with the fire. You know what? I'm just going to ignore it. So obviously I've got the hunting shotgun to offer up in trade. Bit of a bad deal, obviously, as I've said before, but not so bad. Although then again, they are selling the hunting shotgun. No, I'm changing my mind. It's a sign because they've got the right thing. I can get a Riot Shotgun later. There's plenty of them floating around. Sell the Riot Shotgun. Kind of trade it in for the choke for the hunting shotgun. The hunting shotgun's very, very good. And I'd say arguably it's got the edge with the actual choke installed. So that will be fine. So mod the hunting shotgun. Decreases the spread. Marvellous. Set that onto a hotkey. Lovely. And you guys are still fighting something. What's going on over there? Every time I look at them, they stop firing. I think they're doing it just to troll me. Anyway, with this lovely new massive shotgun in hand, night is upon us. I'm a bit hungry and a bit thirsty and a bit tired. And we've got the Sharecropper Farms right there, which as I've discussed previously, excellent source of food, of water, of everything that you could reasonably want. So I'm going to rest there until morning, and then we're going to crack on with Operation Be a Good Person. So with all that, we're now in excellent shape for water, food, and sleep, ready to meet the new day. Marvellous. I love this area. It's a fantastic area to rest and recharge. Now, obviously, if we're heading into Fiend territory, it wouldn't hurt to have some friends, and as McCarran is in fact right here, let's go and kick off 3-card bounty and get ourselves a first recon escort. That'll be Major Dartry over there. He kind of stands between there and sometimes over there, so hello there. Let's start off some hunting of bounties. Driving a 5 course gets us the escort. And there we go. Quick chat to Lieutenant Gorobets, and he will indeed march his entire squad down into Fiend territory for us. Now, obviously, perfect world, I don't actually want these guys getting that many kills at all. I'd rather be getting the kills myself, but I'd rather have the backup just in case it goes a bit wrong. So we've got one isolated pinned down Fiend just around the corner around here somewhere. There we go. One Fiend taken down. And that there was definitely some good karma I just saw coming in. Gaining karma. This looks like positive karma work to me. Perfect. And on this occasion, I've actually saved Lieutenant Gorobets from a crippled leg, because of course, technically, the mines don't spawn in if you're not there to watch them being there. So on this occasion, the mines that are across the middle of the road were actually still there. Lieutenant Gorobets, because I was busy taking on those other guys, actually passed by all of them safely. So that's nice for him just for once. Now, let's snipe ourselves some Fiends. There we go. There's one down. These guys are a little bit inconsistent as to whether they count as plus karma or not. It's very, very inconsistent. There's another one down. Nice, but it feels like I'm just not getting karma for these lads for whatever reason. Which is a shame, but even if these guys don't actually award any karma for being killed, bare minimum I'll have opened a way through to Vault 3 area, and those guys certainly do. There's Driving a Fi, one intact head as well, marvellous. And with Driving a Fi dead, these lads start heading for home. Though if I can catch up with Gorobets, he will give me a little bit of extra money. You Gorobets, you've got nope, you're not. You're Bitterroot. Where's Gorobets? Oh, there's Gorobets. I'm pretty sure he managed to walk over a mine on the way out, at least.
You came through for us. I have to admit, I wasn't sure you'd make it. Means a lot, letting my team get payback. Here, we all pitched in some caps for you. Even Sterling. And he's famous for his tight wallet.
Very nice indeed. Another 300 caps. Okay, got some more Fiends ahead of us up there. Hopefully these ones will be Karma Fiends. Yep, heard the Karma noise for her. And we got New Vegas Steel here, a location which I can't actually remember what's inside, which is very rare for New Vegas, so let's go and explore. Ah, robots, including Mr. Steel the robot. Okay, that's fine. You went down very, very quickly. Oh, you're not the only robot. Oh, and there's flipping ones with the flipping plasma cutters. Cass, get back. Those lads are really dangerous. Right, working out pretty well here so far. Just got to get a good line at the flipping lads there. One of them's down and turning to me. Don't fire at me, please. Thank you. Let's get a bit closer. Cass, and there we go. Should be able to finish him off now. Mr. Steel times many. I don't know if I've ever actually been in here before. There you are. Another one dead. And we're good. Marvellous, yeah. Just a whole bunch of crazy Mr. Handies. Lovely. Some of whom have plasma weapons, which should never, ever be underestimated. Because in this game, yeah, if you see a robot with a plasma weapon, it's probably about to kill you. Good general rule, that's what it's about to do. Okay, game just randomly crashed, so let's do this again. But with shotguns. Oh, yeah. That, I think's more like the sort of thing we want to be happening. And as for why I came here, it does appear there was literally no point. Good. Though it would be frankly remiss of me if I didn't check what happened if I actually were to jump into this nice here lava stuff. Yep, that's instant death in the lava. Good. Ah, yes, of course. I just remembered what this building's actually for. I read about this, but I never really investigated it myself. There is a terminal here. and inside it you'll find a Lucky 38 Executive Override. Yeah, originally assassinating Mr. House was going to be a fair bit more complicated than it actually is in the final game, which is like, if you want to like break into his back area, then you're going to have to do things like, you know, issue Lucky 38 Overrides from buildings and factories that belonged to Mr. House pre-war, but that kind of all dropped out. You can still see hints of it. Is that a star? That's a star bottle cap, and that's a Patriot's Cookbook. Better and better. Okay, good. There was at least some reason to come in here, at least. But yeah, kind of all of that kind of got cut out, because now, as long as you've got the platinum chip in your possession, basically anyone can go and assassinate House at any point. The door just opens. So, yeah, I kind of wish they'd done a little bit more than that, but I'm also not familiar with any restoration mod that actually kind of puts back or tries to recreate what they were clearly originally going for. Still evil, by the way, so let's head into the South Vegas ruins and keep murdering some drug addicts. Yeah, unfortunately, it would appear that the fiends in here aren't giving me karma. I've no idea how the game actually calculates that, therefore. Which fiends do and don't give you karma. That's a bit mysterious, because I can't see any pattern to it. Though while we're passing through this area anyway, there is actually one fun little area that I see a lot of people actually missing. Cass, come with me. Vault 3's down over there, but over here there is in fact a building with some rather fun, unique stuff in it. Because this here is Zap's neon signs. Careful in this place, by the way, it's absolutely full of traps. Like that terminal right there that I didn't realise was about to be a trap. Or whatever else just exploded. Alright, Kaz.
Sitting tight.
Hold still at the top of the stairs. I'm going to go and see what I can do at the bottom here, because this final area, this is a little bit on the tough side, by the way. Let's just get a view on... Oh, something. That'll do. Couple of shots to the leg with a sneak attack will take you out. Probably just one, actually. Yep, and that is... I heard the karma noise. Karma noise is a good noise. And now one up there. Should be close enough for a headshot. Yep. There we are. Your head crippled. That's good. And then how many of the rest of you actually have guns? You have a gun. You've also got a crippled head. Yeah, they're all just kind of standing around battering that guy, by the way. There's a bit of kind of a hazing ritual going on, which is kind of fun. Then a couple of shots to the leg. There we go. This is totally working. And now just back off and go to shotgun. There we go. I think they're all dead, and we've gained some karma from that. Still evil, mind. Possibly I'm not getting that much karma. One guy up there's got himself a bit stuck. Intriguing. Not anymore, he's not. The reason this place is a little bit special, by the way, is a relatively rare and hard to find item. In a cupboard up at the top here, a bumper sword. What is in fact just basically, yeah, you can see there from the license plate, the bumper of a car with just kind of a hilt tied to it. It's relatively valuable, but also it weighs a lot, so it's not really even worth kind of carrying around and selling, to be honest. But hey, if you're a melee character and fancy holding the biggest sword in the game pretty much, here's one, go right ahead. Personally, I actually put more stock behind the fact that you can in fact find 2 Nuka-Cola quartz in this room, and they're very rare indeed. So weirdly, these 2 round here I just killed and did gain karma, even though the ones around the back I didn't, but Lord only knows how the game is calculating this. Okay, that's the biggest concentration of fiends in the Mojave killed. I've got one other plan. There is nearby a very good source of karma. Hang on, Cass. You just wait out here.
What the fuck are you doing here? You got some kind of fucking death wish, asshole?
Fortunately, even if you haven't actually started doing the quest with the Great Khans yet, you can still use a speech check to be allowed to wander around freely in here.
If you're fucking carrying, just fucking say so. Yeah. Deliver to the boss. Business as usual. Motor runners down in the maintenance wing. We have a con coming through to see the boss. Don't shoot at him.
So now none of these guys actually shoot at me, which is nice. Now, a couple of things down here I might be able to do to my advantage. One, obviously... Ooh, bobby pins. Nice. Yeah, obviously I don't want to be stealing things. Stealing things... I'm paying for my life of stealing things at the moment. Let's go around this way into the living quarters. Because there's the NCR Ranger I might be able to rescue down here. I don't know if you get some karma for giving him medical treatment, but I'll give it a go. Apparently I don't actually have a doctor's bag on me. That's embarrassing. I kind of assumed I did. Let's just go quickly rob the medical supplies. Oh, that kind of defeats the object, mind. You know what, never mind. Let's do the one that I know is reliable first. Downstairs in the central area, there is a bunch of prisoners. Hello there, lads. And I know that releasing these guys is worth a good bit of karma.
Hey, yeah, you. Come give us a hand.
Will do. Also interesting is that the fiends are so completely off their faces that even if you just open this gate like in plain view of them, they just don't care.
Take down this password. It'll get you into the Overseer's area upstairs, I think. Thanks for the help. We'll find our own way out.
So there we are. They just sneak out. None of the fiends can see them. Nobody sees them. They just go. It's beautiful. These guys are very, very high right now, presumably. Still bloody evil, mind. Medical wing gets me a nice doctor's bag, which is not actually stealing. Beautiful. And a today's physician as well. Just quickly drank a Nuka-Cola quartz just to flipping clear out some weight. This is what happens if you do, by the way. This is night vision according to this game. You just sort of see in blue. Have a doctor's bag right here. Should be enough to get you on your feet.
What are you waiting for? I've got a high-value target to kill.
And now, interestingly, despite what he just said, he actually isn't showing any interest in taking on the Fiends. Okay. I'm just going to go and check whether if I take on the Fiends, that actually nets me any karma. You just stay there for a second. I need to perform an experiment. Yeah, I got karma for that. And indeed, the guards seem to have completely got over that murder because they didn't find me immediately. That is marvellously good news. Okay, I've just gone and checked in with the... Hello! Hello, yes, I know we're not friends anymore. I've decided that's a thing. Lovely. Yeah, basically what I've figured out is what I need to do is I need to kill about 20 more fiends and we'll actually be good. So, that's all fine. Luckily, this new shotgun is working very, very nicely for Operation Murder Literally Everyone. And this is good. Some of them have got 5.56 pistols. You know why that's good? That there is technically what that gun is, meaning I can improve that gun significantly. Nice. The Fiends also kind of forget about the fact that you've been murdering them really, really quickly. So you see some of these are straight back to neutral, which is very, very convenient because it means I can pick my first target carefully, like the guy with the bloody flamer. Yeah, for some reason the game's a bit weird, by the way. If you like use a speech check so the game thinks you're supposed to be in here and then you kind of declare war on them anyway, then the game sometimes gets a bit confused and you can very easily drop in and out of danger, which is good because it makes clearing these guys out very, very easy. In fact, sometimes they just don't respond at all to being shot. Okay, so it took a pile of dead drug addicts that is literally the entire population of Vault 3, excluding the final few in the rooms leading up to Motor Runner, but, standing atop this pyramid of corpses, I have neutral karma! And really, I'd say that makes all of this 100% bloody worthwhile. Now, as for why I did literally all of that, well, that's just because until you're at least neutral karma, Cass simply won't even give you heartache by the number, and thus you're on a countdown where every time you talk to her, she might permanently leave and refuse to ever work with you again. So now...
Well, now that I'm free of the outpost, was wondering if you'd mind making a detour. I'd like to pay my respects to the end of Cassidy Caravans. Check out the site where they died.
And there we go. Now that she's not telling me I'm an asshole, that means heartache by the number actually flipping begins. Good. Now, fun thing, of course, I'm not actually doing heartache by the number, having just spent all of this time unlocking it, because there is, in fact, there's a Legion assassin spawn point really close by to her caravan, so we'll go and do that after we've done the reputation reset with NCR and Legion, after we've killed Benny. So for now, at least, Cass is willing to speak to me without calling me an asshole, which is nice. So instead, time for Cass to make her way back to the Mojave Outpost. We'll pick her up again and do heartache by the number after we're done with Benny. And off she goes. And I I will never steal anything again. I've learnt a valuable lesson about stealing and so forth. Seriously, I'm never going to steal anything in this game bloody again at this point. Right now, I'm just going to take things I'm allowed to take. If I can't take them, I'm not having them. I won't steal anything. Like, my karma is literally like a couple of points into neutral. It's still like probably minus 245 when neutral is between minus 250 and plus 250. Because that's how karma works in this game. You start off at 0. By doing bad things, you go down towards minus 1,000. And by doing good things, you end up towards plus 1,000. And as long as you're between minus 250 and plus 250, then you do end up neutral. So as a result of that, I'm now going to not do anything bad. All good things from here on out. Anyway, with that flipping done and my moral redemption secured, let's get back over to Crimson Caravan, where indeed Alice McLafferty is waiting for an update. And indeed, you no longer have to worry about Henry Jameson. In fact, I negotiated very good terms. He's left without demanding any compensation.
I'm a bit curious what exactly you said to him. Then again, perhaps I'd rather not know. Thank you all the same. I'm very happy to be rid of that man.
There we are, 500 bottle caps, very generous indeed. NCR fame, we're already idolised, don't even need that. And Cassidy Caravans has been bought out.
Very good. On occasion, it's proven to be more profitable in the long run to simply buy out the competition. And this is one of those occasions.
Though it is admittedly slightly odd and not New Vegas-y that you can't just report back to us saying, hey, you do know by the way that this caravan was burnt to ash and thus there's nothing to buy out? Because logically if you tell her that, she'd think, oh, well in that case we won't bother buying them out because they're not competition anymore. But never mind. Anyway, let's ask her if there's any more she needs us to do, because there is one more very important thing.
Something has actually come up. A prospector recently came through here and spent a lot of caps on supplies. Closer inspection of these caps has revealed them to be brand new. This is a problem. The most likely source of these new caps is the old Sarsaparilla bottling plant. Go there, locate the bottle cap press, and disable it.
And there we go, of course. Can't have new bottle caps entering circulation, because if someone's just printing new ones, then that will eventually cause inflation, which will be very, very bad, apparently. So, let's get on that, because I want to be heading over there anyway, for one very important reason. After that is a small stop-off. So here we are back at Camp Golf to pick up a very small thing, yet a very precious thing, that I did admittedly forget the last time I was passing through. In the house itself, head upstairs, head over to the right, and in the room immediately to your right, which is in fact full of Sunset Sarsaparilla bottles, in fact someone may have gone a little bit crazy on the cap collecting just as I have, and as you would reasonably expect, there are bottle caps dotted around. So, star bottle cap number 1, but that's not your lot. One normal bottle cap, that's stealing, leave that. Another star bottle cap there, I think there's a third if I recall correctly, don't take the normal bottle caps, do not steal. And one third and final star bottle cap. Now, if I've been keeping track of my star bottle caps correctly, oh yes, we've overshot 52 Sunset Sarsaparilla star bottle caps. Oh my goodness, yes. Let's go head over to the Sunset Sarsaparilla headquarters, shall we? And obviously I've been through this area clearing it out of Fiends, so if there's any survivors at this point, it will only be a handful. We should be safe to run pretty much straight there. Yep, just the odd one or two. We made it here without any trouble. If we did run into trouble, of course that gun is now much, much stronger than it was, thanks to the fact that I've repaired it with the 5.56 pistols. Arguably, I could have made a lot of money selling those, but never mind. If you want to do this quest super easily, by the way, the actual bottle press you're actually trying to get to is, if you head around the side there, simply just kind of head in around the side, and you kind of, in fact I'll do it now and just kind of show it off. You can literally head in around the side, and what you're actually looking for is going to be literally kind of straight ahead of you. So you can just get in there, strip it, and run back out before the robots that are defending it even really know what's going on. So 2 robots, both go down to a nice simple shotgun blast. Lovely. This here's the machine. Strip all the important looking bits out of that. That of course gets you 3 scrap metal that you don't actually want. So be a little careful of that. You may want to drop those out of your inventory. But of course that's not all we want here. We've got other business as well. Just sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. There you go. Get down on the ground, you bastard. I don't want you guarding this area. mean, these are 50 XP a piece, and they go down very easy. So you may as well kind of clear out this whole place. Also, this place is, as you would expect, absolutely full of Sunset Sarsaparilla. If you've got like 45, 46 star bottle caps, just come here and just basically drink your way up. Because there is a chance that any Sunset Sarsaparilla you drink will kind of deliver a star bottle cap. I don't think there's a single guaranteed star drop in here, but like just the amount of Sunset Sarsaparilla you can get out of all the crates sitting around, yeah, you should be absolutely fine. Pickpocket Mr. Janitor? No, we love Mr. Janitor, he's fine. Instead, just make your way to the front entrance, which you could have just got to by coming in the front doors. This is where the front doors lead into, and you'll find your way here. I like this area with the proper little barrels and everything. It's properly set up as a proper little kind of, you know, public-facing company headquarters. Indeed, right here, you have got yourself Festus, who we were told about so very, very long ago.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the headquarters of the Sunset Sarsaparilla Company. Wrangle up a stool and listen to old Festus jaw a while. If you and old Festus are old pals, say a command now. Otherwise, say, pleased to meet you, and we'll get acquainted.
And I'm pleased to meet you, Festus.
New in town, partner? Well, let old Festus give you the lay of the land. If you're here to redeem your Sunset Sarsaparilla stars, dump them into the slot in the barrel below and I'll count them up. If you don't know what Sunset Sarsaparilla stars are and think old Festus is just shooting his mouth off, say star info. If you're here to challenge old Festus to a game of lucky horseshoes, say I feel lucky. Lastly, if you're here about the health advisory that aired on Channel 6 recently, say silly old advisory.
Tell me about that silly old advisory there.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that. Could you repeat it?
Very clever, Sunset Sarsaparilla. Now, just asking about the star info unlocks the legend of the star. So previously this has all been an unmarked quest. Now it becomes a marked quest, where basically now you've got to get yourself 50 star bottle caps. The game doesn't actually tell you where they are. They don't show up as like quest marks or anything. There are, I believe, 100 in guaranteed spawn locations around the Mojave. So you just need to get 50 of them, or indeed as many as you want, and then just top up with ones you get out of random draws by drinking Sunset Sarsaparilla. So let's just deposit those stars into the slot and see what happens.
Woohoo! You did it, partner! Bullet for you! Old Festus knew you could do it. I suppose you'll be wanting that prize now. Well then, hold on to your hat, cause it's a doozy. Not many people have heard the true story behind Sunset Sarsaparilla. Well, it's a right honor. And now, without further ado, your prize. The Legend of the Star. Long ago, people didn't have a heap of choices when it came to soft drinks. It was either water or Nuka-Cola. Now, the threat of legal action forces me to say that Nuka-Cola is a swell beverage, but sometimes people just wanted something different, you know? So one day, a man, a saloon owner in a small town, decided to make a new type of soft drink and asked his patrons what flavor they'd like it to be. After getting no help from them, a stranger at the end of the bar suggested the man make a sarsaparilla-flavored drink. The stranger said he would happily share his family's recipe for the drink on one condition. The condition being that the stranger would be allowed to sample a bottle whenever he liked, to ensure the recipe was being followed to the letter. The man happily agreed, thinking the drink would make him rich, and the stranger promised to meet him by sundown the next day. The next morning, the sheriff stopped by and reported that the stranger's body was found on the side of the town road. He'd been killed by bandits. The man, cursing his luck, closed the saloon early that day, just as the sun began to set. But after he'd locked the doors, he turned around to find an unfamiliar bottle on the bar with a note beneath it. The note was sealed with blue wax in the shape of a star. Opening it, the man found it contained a recipe for a sarsaparilla-flavored drink. it's singularly delicious. The man gave silent thanks to his mysterious benefactor, wherever he was. Being an honorable man, the saloon owner paid for the stranger's funeral, thinking it was the least he could do to repay him. The saloon owner went on to become rich selling the new drink, and to this day, some bottles of Sunset Sarsaparilla have a blue star under their caps. Some say the saloon owner ordered it done in honor of the stranger. Others say it's the stranger sampling the bottles like he promised. And that's the legend of the star. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you continue enjoying Sunset Sarsaparilla.
And that, in fact, is your entire reward for this quest, The Legend of the Star. And indeed, the game even says quest failed. The quest has not technically been succeeded. The quest has been failed. So indeed, you can now say, what the hell, where's the real prize? Actually, no, let's be nice. Let's be polite to old Festus. Is this some kind of joke?
The Sunset Sarsaparilla Company has received a number of complaints regarding the prize awarded for handing in Sunset Sarsaparilla stars. Therefore, we have seen fit to provide another prize that we feel will placate the most discriminating customer. Just head through the double doors and follow the hallway to your left to the very end. An attendant will be there to present your prize directly. We at the Sunset Sarsaparilla Company would once again like to thank you for your patronage.
There we go. And of course you can reasonably kind of figure out that old Festus is covered in like little burn marks and bullet holes and like damage because someone else who had 50 bottle caps came up to him, heard the story and basically shot him in frustration, which is nice. Now there's a bit more to this story than kind of what we've just heard here, which is actually quite fun, so I'm going to go kind of find like some of the lore around it. Oh no, my mistake, there is a star bottle cap actually in a safe upstairs behind an average lock, so there is one guaranteed drop in here at least. So if we search one of the computers upstairs, we find a message from the director of PR. Sir, the rumours of some sort of contest are quickly growing out of control. We're getting flooded with calls and messages asking if it's true we're redeeming bottle caps for prizes. Do you want me to make an official statement denouncing this rumour? And an email in response, Stanley, you out of your mind? Have you seen the latest sales figures? We're up 300% since these rumours started, and you're asking if I want you to make it stop? Please stop by my office so we can further discuss the issue. Followed by a message to the head of technology. Marcus, I have a few ideas how we can turn the whole contest situation to our advantage. I'm going to need you to work with the advertising guys on a very special project. Meeting request will be sent out soon. By the way, how do you feel about cowboys? So yes, indeed, we can reasonably intuit that actually, probably, the star was some form of accident, a test, some form of experiment that got mixed into the general population. A rumour started that it was some form of competition, and the company decided to take advantage of it by adding a bit of a cowboy theme, creating that story, creating Festus down in the lobby. Anyway, in that same room where there's the computer, drop down through here, now that you've completed Legend of the Star, and you'll find yourself with a door here. And indeed, beyond it, the Sunset Sarsaparilla Vault. I believe, by the way, this ceiling actually collapses after you complete Legend of the Star, so you can't get here beforehand, even though it looks like you should be able to. I think a lot of people may never have seen this room, by the way. Because, of course, like, collecting all 50 caps isn't exactly hard, but it's a bit fiddly and most people don't bother. What we'll find all over the shop is indeed the intended prize, which is the Sunset Sarsaparilla Deputy Badge. These are completely weightless, so you can take as many as you flipping want, and there are a load of them in here. You'll also find, however, tons of bottle caps in all of these crates, normal bottle caps. So help yourself to a giant pile of money. Of course, as far as Sunset Sarsaparilla were concerned, that wasn't the prize. The prize here was these badges, which I will indeed be hoovering up because there's an awful lot of badges and they are completely weightless, so I may as well help myself to some. I'll give my companions one, I think. I think all of my companions can have a deputy badge so they know they're kind of working for me. That's kind of nice. But yeah, basically every single one of these boxes contains, I think it's semi-randomized, but it's a little bit over 100. And there's, what, like, probably if some of these can be picked up as well. You also at the back here? Yeah, there's probably like 10 to 12 boxes in this room all of which have 100 to 150 bottle caps in them. So you're going to end up with like 2,000 caps or so profit, together with a bunch of deputy badges. So the game really does reward you. And more importantly, yes, a name we probably haven't heard very much at all at the very back, Alan Marks. We were warned to watch out for this guy because he was a Sunset Star Sarsaparilla collector who'd killed for them, and I know how that feels. I've killed several people for them. So let's search Alan Marks with his little deputy badge that he pinned to himself before he died. And we've got ourselves, yep, Energy Cell 25, and indeed leather armor. But more importantly, even though it's not in his inventory, Pew Pew, a unique variant of the laser pistol, and bloody hell do you want this. And we'll also have his flipping deputy badge off him, I think. Hang on, move the body. You don't get to be a deputy. I get to be a deputy. There we are, just grab that. And that there is a valuable lesson completed. Aside from like 2,000 caps, also 1,500 XP, making it one of the kind of most valuable quests in the game in terms of like the amount of money and XP you get out of it. Like 1,500 is 1,000's brilliant in New Vegas. 1,500's almost unheard of outside of the big main plot missions. And indeed, let's get guns moving up to 90, but let's put most of this into energy weapons. Yeah, energy weapons 30. That's fine. What needs a nice round? Lockpick needs a nice round number. Technically, it doesn't. Lockpick only needs to really actually be like 78, because then hat plus magazine. But let's get it up to 18. I like nice round numbers. Oh, barter. Barter could do with being 20, but that's completely pointless. Lockpick it is. Marvellous. And from here on out in the game, if you find another star bottle caps, of course, there's still another like 50 or so just sitting around the Mojave. If you find another one, even though it's still marked as a star bottle cap, instead when you pick it up, it will be automatically converted into a normal cap and added into your normal monetary amount. And finally, let's just put Alan Marks tape on.
I guess this is it. Not much air left now. Minutes, maybe. And this is what I have to show for it. I guess the joke's on me. Probably shouldn't have killed all those people. Probably should have stayed at home and taken care of my mom. She always used to say people who murder and steal die bad in the end. Said they.
There we are. The man, I guess we can... Well, the implication seems to be like he suffocates, but I don't really see how he does, because this door's open. Maybe the implication is he came in here, then this corridor collapsed or something? I'm not quite sure. But in either case, like, for whatever reason, he died here. The implication is of suffocation, though I'm not quite sure how that happened. Now, the reward, however, is very, very important. Aside from a ridiculous amount of XP and a ridiculous amount of money, and a ridiculous amount of deputy badges, I haven't got all of them yet. Get all of the deputy badges. No, the biggest benefit is arguably Pew Pew, a unique variant of the laser pistol. Now, in this game, in Fallout 3 and in Fallout New Vegas, the laser pistol is just not very good. Not very good at all. Pew Pew is kind of interesting, however, because Pew Pew, as you can see there, damage 66, DPS 150 bloody 3. Also requires no energy to actually be used properly. At a strength requirement of 1, so literally anyone can use this thing. It is a unique variant of the laser pistol. It's got like some extra stuff stuck on it. It's very, very cool. Holds only 10 in a clip, but if you fire it, you'll see that goes straight down to 5. It fires 5 energy cells altogether. That's why it's so bloody powerful. So it does take quite a bit of energy to keep this thing going. However, if you can keep it going, it's bloody amazing. Actually, I did just realize, how am I supposed to be getting back out here? I really hope I can climb this again, otherwise I'm going to meet the exact same... There we go. I don't suffocate in a hole. I'm 100% fine. But yeah, this thing is actually a real beast, and it's very, very useful for this particular rule set as well, because it only weighs 3. So it's a very, very light pistol indeed. Not quite, you know, the best thing I've ever got. Like, technically, Lucky is actually a little bit lighter at only 2.5, which is very, very impressive indeed, and there's another reason why Lucky is amazing in general, but for this run especially. So yes, we have got ourselves Pew Pew, a very nicely named little pistol, and a very, very powerful one too, and I'm sure we will have a good opportunity to show that off later. Anyway, let's head on our way, shall we? And better, like, Blake at Crimson Caravan just happens to have the hunting shotgun's long tube for additional ammo capacity. Obviously, that's one of the big important things about shotguns, that you really don't want to be reloading them. So going up from 5 to 8 is a massive increase, and I will totally have that off him right now. And there we go. Now we can fire 8 times before having to reload. This thing just got even bloody better, and well, how quickly and easily it chewed through Vault 3. This thing is already a beast. And it's night, so Alice McLafferty can be found in the guard quarters.
Welcome back.
And the bottle press is taken care of.
Good. I'm sure you were thorough. Here's your payment for a job well done.
Beautiful. Just 100 XP this time round. A much, much worse quest than I got elsewhere. But 500 bottle caps, so that's welcome. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough for now. We have done one of those quests that basically everybody starts, but I think very few people actually get round to completing. So there you are. That is indeed what is hidden in the vault at the end of collecting the Sunset Star Sarsaparilla bottle caps. And those are very, very cool indeed. And I'm glad to have actually done it, because I very rarely bother to actually do it. Normally, like, by the mid to late game, I just kind of skip over it. So it's nice to have done it for once. And next time, I think we should return to Freeside and actually clear that place up once and for all. Having kind of achieved my moral redemption, I think we're ready to crack on. So I want to kind of finish off Freeside and head into the Strip. There's a few things now I can't really do until such time as I've actually done the reputation reset, especially with the Legion, because the Legion are now flipping all over me. With my brand new shotgun, I suspect I can handle them, but it's probably better, rather than killing them, we get them on sight. So, we'll crack on with that next week, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd, and this has been Fallout New Vegas Survival Mode with the JSawyer Mod. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Good dodge, man. Question is, can you keep it up, cop? Oh, no, you can't. Ooh, nice. Oh, didn't quite get that one, though. We are going to the gun store in style. Oh, where's my partner? Oh, he's not here. Oh, so long, loser.